Hey folks, I want to talk to you a minute about demise of the middle class, or the status of the middle class. Let me define first what I think the middle class is. When I ask economists to work for me, they say, well, it's $50,000 to $52,550 a year. I think it's more than that. It's not a number, it's a value set. Being middle class is about being able to own your own home and not have to rent it. It's about being able to send your child to a park in the neighborhood and you know they're going to come home safely. It's about being able to send your child to a local public school, and if they do well enough, they'll be able to get to college, and you'll be able to figure out how to pay for it. In the meantime, you can take care of your geriatric mom after your dad dies and hope your kids never have to take care of you. That's what working families in this country we're able to do when we look out for the middle class. But it's shrinking. If we uphold the basic bargain in this country that used to say if you contributed to the success of the enterprise you worked for, you get to share in the profits. But that's not true anymore. Democrats and Republicans used to agree to that. But the bargain's been broken. Let me sound like a wonk here for a minute. There's a gap between productivity and income that keeps growing wider and wider. Workers are delivering more and getting less in return. It used to be that if you in fact saw your company grow, you got to share in the benefits, but that's not happening now. My dad used to have an expression. He'd say, Joey, a job is about a lot more than a paycheck. It's about your dignity. It's about respect. It's about your place in the community. It's about being able to look your child in the eye and say, honey, it's gonna be okay, and mean it. But today there are so many Americans who feel alienated and uneasy about their future and the future of their children. They're apprehensive, and with good reason. Wages aren't growing. Quality jobs are hard to come by. And half the families in America have no retirement savings to speak of. That's exactly why restoring and expanding access to the middle class in this country has got to be the defining issue of our time. So how do we do it? First, we've got to deal with income inequity. The huge concentration of wealth in a very small number of people's hands. It not only hurts the economy, it's pulling us apart. And the country is not going to stand for it forever. And it means dealing with the tax code. Right now, the tax code is wildly skewed toward taking care of those at the very top. They're good people, they're patriotic, but they don't need all the benefits that are going mostly to them. It favors investors over workers. It's riddled with unproductive tax loopholes. The second thing we need to do, we need to continue to have affordable education, continuing and affordable. Quite simply, 12 years of education is no longer enough in the 21st century to succeed. My wife Jill has a saying. She says, any country that out-educates us is going to out-compete us. People say we can't afford it. Well, the real truth is we can't afford not to afford it. We cannot afford to see our workers fall behind in the race to be the best educated workers in the world. Thirdly, we have to get rid of these artificial impediments that get in the way of allowing people to bargain for their worth. Unions are being decimated by this administration. But beyond that, we need to get rid of what we call non-compete clauses that affect 4 in 10 workers in America. We have to stop corporations from including in their contracts of employment the requirement that you can never discuss with a fellow worker how much money you make. We have to end the practice of misclassifying workers, hourly workers, as managers that allows employers to avoid paying overtime at the expense of 4 million workers. It costs them over $1 billion a year. We have to prevent collusion among companies that artificially keep down wages. These all contribute to the same problem. Workers having more difficult to bargain for the pay they deserve. This is an economic issue, but it's also a matter of treating people with dignity and respect. As my dad used to say, everyone is entitled to be treated with respect, regardless of their background. People who teach our kids, take care of our elderly parents, patrol our streets, keep the lights on and the water and the sewer systems functioning, fix our roads, run into burning buildings. They don't just want to be paid a fair wage for what they do. They want to be respected for what they do. We all want that. And they should be respected. We don't do enough. They deserve it. So if we remember who we are, what's made us the greatest nation on earth, stand up, pick our heads up. Remember what America is. We just remember that we have to deal everybody in. If we do that, we're going to continue to lead the world in the 21st century, and we're going to remain the strongest, most vital, and freest nation in the world.